And I think there was another vision that I wanted to share with you as well. This one was from October 22nd, 2021. It was kind of a similar vision, I guess, where I could see this big white fluffy wall, and Jesus had kind of appeared from the wall, and he started walking down. Just like he would walk down, then the step would appear in front of him, and he was, making his way. He was making the way. Like that's what I was getting was it was kind of like a secret passage, or like a hidden tunnel, or like a hidden idea, like that only Jesus could create and only he had access to. And so he was making this path as he was going down the side of this wall, just creating it as he was going down. He makes it to the bottom, and he kind of looks back up at the top, and he looks up at me, kind of like motions for me to come down. And I don't know what I decided to do, but I'm like, okay, I'm coming. Like, I'm committed. I am doing this. And I was a little over ambitious, whatever it was. And I took a big old first step, and I like missed the second step and hit the third step and kind of fell on my bottom. And then just kind of like the motion just was started, and I just rolled all the way down the stairs. Just not graceful. Didn't look pretty. Didn't really do it in a very good manner. But you know what? I made it to the bottom of the stairs, and I just like knocked right into to the feet of Jesus, and kind of, did one of those, you look up at him, and he helped me up. He didn't say anything. There was no judgment. There was no condemnation. There was absolutely nothing other than just that peace and revelation of knowing, like, you did it. You stepped out. You followed me. There wasn't a right or wrong way. You made it down. That's really all that matters. Like, you did it, and I am here with you. And so yeah, just kind of made me laugh, because I tend to like to have that perfectionism tendency of, I'm not going to take a step unless I know it's going to work out, and that I'm going to do a good job at it, or that I'm going to look, all right doing it. And that was not that at all. It was a train wreck, but you know what? I made it down the stairs and followed this path that Jesus made for me. And he picked me up, and it was like, okay, I'm going to be all right. I'm at the bottom of this with Jesus, and it's okay now. And then there was like this door that just kind of appeared out of the wall that was there. It didn't register that there was a door there until Jesus kind of like put his hand on what looked like a security pad, like, like a thumbprint, like fingerprint kind of security pad to open this door. And it had to have an access code, and I didn't know the access code. I assumed only Jesus knew what it was, and so he typed it in, and it popped open, and it, popped open this door. And so he kind of swings open this door and allows, just, he kind of stands behind the door like he's opening it for me, and allows me to go in. And the rest of it's more of like a personal word for me, but the idea, I think, behind this whole thing was to trust that Jesus will go before you. He has gone before you. He has made the path for you. He literally was making this path as he was going down the side of this wall. And all I had to do was follow him. I didn't have to know what it was. I didn't have to plan it. I didn't have to set it up. I had no idea what I was doing. All I had to do was follow him. And he had access to it. He knew what needed to be done, and he had the authority, and he did it. He did it for me, and he set it up for me, and I could rest in that. And it gave me a lot of peace knowing that, and also that I didn't have to do it in a pretty way. I didn't have to do it by the rules or the regulations, or that there was a good way or a bad way to do it. It was just simply just follow me. Like, you can tumble down the stairs if you want to. Like, that's okay. You still made it down the stairs. Like, you had the faith to follow me. And so I really feel like that's the encouraging word, is like, it doesn't, following Jesus doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look a certain way. You are human. We are human. And Jesus knows that. God knows that. He knows our heart. He knows that we're not perfect. He's just wanted, and because I really believe like that's where faith is like you taking the action and you stepping out and you're doing it. And also, I feel like the other part of it was, kind of touching on the fact that God knows the plans that He has for us. We don't know all of them. If He is gracious enough to give us an insight, wonderful, take it. But He does not reveal all His plans to us because they're probably overwhelming, honestly. But also to know that He knows He has like the secret plans. He knows kind of like those back doors. He has different things set up that you would maybe never ever think for yourself, that you could never create for yourself. You couldn't make happen, but He can. And for me, that's so comforting and so exciting to know, like, ooh, what's Jesus got planned for me? Like, how's He gonna make this happen? You don't have to try to figure it out. You just have to know and trust that, like, He can. He can. That's literally the whole point of it, is like He can just make it up, and it will work, and it will be perfect, and it will be what you needed. But you couldn't have thought it. You couldn't have created it. You couldn't have made it happen. And so I think that's kind of, for me, it's kind of the fun side of following Jesus, is because it's like, ooh, this is a whole new experience that, like, looking from the worldly view, no one else would have thought of this. No one could have made this happen. But I have like an inside man, like someone who knows the secrets, who knows the ins and the outs, and he used it for my good. Like, He used it for me. And to me, that's just like so comforting and so exciting to know that He really does He knows the plans that He has for me, and He can make them happen. So yeah, I pray that this gets to who it needs to get to. I pray that it would bless you as much as it has blessed me, and I pray that you would really hear the Lord's heart in it, and that it would draw you closer to Him, and that it would, I pray that it takes off the restraints of the idea of religion, that we have to act a certain way, we have to be a certain way, we have to look a certain way, we have to sound a certain way for things to work out with God. It is not the truth. It's not the truth at all. Like, He loves us no matter what. He loves us no matter what. He just wants to have a relationship with us. He just wants to do things with us. He wants us to just live a life together. And like, just that perfect depiction of me just like falling down these stairs, that it doesn't have to look pretty, and it doesn't even have to look a certain way, honestly. Just you following Him is enough. You loving Him enough is enough. You accepting Him is enough. And He will show you the way. And it will be fun. It will be fun. Like, that's what I felt through this. It wasn't scary. It wasn't hard. It wasn't, something unmanageable. It was kind of just like, oh, this is kind of fun and almost playful and like joyful, and it's okay. You're going to be okay. So I really pray that this would break off any spirit of religion, and I pray that it would, above all, I pray that these words and these visions and just whatever I'm sharing with you would bring you closer to Jesus, and in a form of a relationship. This isn't about religion. This isn't about the rules and the regulations and what you have to do and how you have to perform and how you have to strive to earn what you want, or earn God, or earn what He wants to give you. No. I pray that you would have a relationship with Him, and that you would be able to receive His friendship and His love and His patience and His kindness and His gentleness and His funniness and His quirkiness. He's so fun. He's so great. He's so creative. And like, He just wants to have a relationship with each of us. And I really do believe like that is our power. That's our superpower, is having that personal relationship with Jesus, because you don't have to go to a church building for that. You don't have to, do certain things, say certain things to have that. All you have to do is know Him, hear His voice, reach out to Him, be open to Him, be receptive to what He has for you, and be willing and open for Him to use you how He wants to, and for your relationship to look however He wants it to look, however it's going to be for you and Him. It may not look like mine, it may not look like anyone else's that you know, but I feel like that's the beauty in it, is we are created to be perfectly as an individual with Him. And we reflect all of the different sides and all of the different personalities and all of the different viewpoints and beliefs and talents and gifts that God has. And I mean, it's just fun to get to, do life with someone that you love and that you enjoy. And I guess I pray that that's what you would receive most through all of these videos and all of these words is the relationship with God. And that you would know how much He loves you